it was because of what I seen in my home. My mother used to watch The Young and the Restless. How many of you did that? My mother watched The Young and the Restless every day. And she used to always say, whatever they can do, I can do.
Amen.
So Sister Chancellor and all of the white characters, they would always brag about they going to see their therapist. Girl, my husband made me so upset. I'm going to see my therapist. They had therapists for everything, even for their hands. If they needed their nails polished, they was going to get that taken care of. And my mother, she said, hey, I'm going to see a therapist too. And I can remember at the age of about 12 years old, she packed us all up in the car because her therapist, and I tell you, I still remember this lady named Dr. Lucky. She piled us up in the car and we went and we sat in there, and I was so excited to talk to this doctor. And she was a black lady too, and I had never seen many black doctors. And I was so excited. I talked to her, I told her everything. You know, she was asking us all kind of questions. And my mother, she was just sitting there. It was just like nothing to her. And so at the age of 19, when I left and went to college, I found myself suffering from some anxiety. And because it wasn't a big issue in my family, we're going to get help if we need it.
Amen.
I called the counselor at the college and I said, I need to talk to somebody. I don't feel right, something is going on. I ran and I talked to somebody. But that same week that I went and I talked to somebody, another student jumped off the building. So we have to make sure that we remove the stigma. It is okay to get help. People should not be shamed about it. And to do that, we must do several things. We got to stop labeling people.
Amen.
We have to stop saying that person is crazy. I know I have done it growing up. You will see people, you say, that boy is too short of french fries of a Happy Meal. You would say things like, his elevator don't go up to the top. And we would always talk about the little short yellow school bus. If you got on that bus, we know something was wrong with you. And so we have to stop labeling people, because if I hear you, and I'm in your church especially, and I hear you talk about Joe crazy, I'm not going to come and talk to you about what's happening to me, because you're talking about everybody else.
That's right.
So I don't want you spreading that information on me. The reason it's so important for churches to get involved and to make people aware is because our churches are the staple of our community. Even though attendance today is going down, and it has to do with social media, people are laying in the bed looking at, live streaming. People are just not going to church as much. But I can tell you this, that if something happens in their families,
Amen,
they're going to that community church to talk to that pastor. If my son is killed, I'm coming to that community church because I need somebody to do this funeral for me. If my daughter is getting married, I'm coming to that community church to see if the pastor will marry my child. If I'm hungry and I don't have anything to eat, I'm coming to the community church for the food pastor. So if I have a child who's acting out, who's reckless, who's saying he's going to do something to himself, I'm coming to the community church to talk to the pastor. Because number one, I want the pastor to pray for my child. But when the pastor finishes praying, I also want him to be able to send my child somewhere where he can get help. So the pastors have to know where resources are, how to connect to those counselors. Because in the Bible, it teaches us about medication and mediation. And so I don't believe that God will give us the kind of talents that he gives doctors and counselors, and we don't use that. So no, prayer is great. We need that because that's utmost in our lives, and we know that. I prayed to get a good parking spot when I got here, and God answered that prayer right at the front door, and you all were in church. So I know prayer works, but we have to just make sure that we have other resources available to help anybody, if people need it. So making sure that you have resources. Stop labeling people. And making sure that people can trust you. If I come to you and talk to you,
Amen,
don't go telling everybody else, pick the phone up and start telling everybody what I shared with you. I need to be able to know that I can trust that the information I share will be held in confidence and that you will help me get the help that I need. And that's why it's so important. We know the pastors can't be everywhere and they can't do everything, because we already know what they're doing. They're out here, they're conducting funerals, they're visiting the sick, they're helping the poor, they're doing everything, running churches. So a lot of churches have contacted in their church, set up health departments or wellness champions, which we graduate from our program. And those people should be keeping everything confidential and only sharing that information with the pastors. And so you want to make sure that that happens. But pastors must speak from the pulpit, because we have this certain honor that we have for pastors. And so if they speak it from the pulpit, we'll listen, right? We have to. We have to speak from the pulpit that it's okay to get the help that you need, so that we can erase the stigma and we use words differently and we make sure that people are getting the treatment that they need.